campfires burned a bright and cheerful orange hue beneath the sky of endless starry summer blue. We sang the old-time songs and shared the campfire bread, with no idea the grass we walked would soon be stained in red. The counselors laughed and told us stories of the woods, of ancient things that wandered where no mortals should. We said goodnight and walked back to our wooden bunks, while shadows stretched like giants from the heavy cedar trunks. The midnight clock was ticking when the horror first awoke. A silver blade sliced cleanly through the heavy dark like smoke. Counselor Dan was at his desk, just writing down the logs, when a hand from out the darkness stilled the barking of the dogs. The steel went through his throat before he even made a sound. A pool of thick dark crimson spilling slowly to the ground. His glasses fell and shattered on the dusty cabin floor as the shadows slipped back out and softly closed the heavy door. Oh, Willow Creek is crying in the middle of the night. The summer dream is dying with the fading of the light. A phantom with a hunting knife is walking through the trees, and the scent of iron copper is floating on the breeze. Lock the doors and close the screens, and pray to see the sun, for the harvest of the innocent has only just begun. In cabin 4, the youngest boys were sleeping sound and deep, unaware of what was crawling while the angels were asleep. The killer stepped inside, a quiet spirit on the floor, and drove the blade through little Tommy's chest, and nothing more. Then turning to the supervisor sleeping by the wall, a frantic jagged striking made the final curtain fall. The blood was on the bunk beds and the posters on the glass, a brutal graphic nightmare that had come to surely pass. By 3 o'clock the main lodge was a house of cold despair. The head director hanging by her braided silver hair. The phone lines had been severed and the trucks would never start as terror clutched the remaining kids and tore them all apart. We huddled in the cafeteria, trembling in the dark, waiting for a giant man, a monster, or a spark. Who is doing this to us? Who could the monster be? We looked around at everyone, but no one could agree. It had to be a drifter or a madman from the hills, someone who was hollowed out and living for the thrills. For how could any normal soul inflict this kind of pain and leave the camp of Willow Creek washing in the all went dead, and then the panic made us run into the black and dripping woods before the morning sun. I found myself alone with little Lily by the lake, a quiet girl of 10 years old who barely seemed awake. We're safe here, Lil, I whispered as I held her shivering hand. We'll wait until the morning light breaks over all the land. She looked up with her wide brown eyes so innocent and clear, and smiled a sweet and chilling smile that froze my heart with fear. She pulled from out her vest a heavy blood-soaked hunting knife she pressed against my chest. They never look at me, she chirped, her voice a gentle bell. They thought a little girl like me could never build a hell. Before I even had the chance to scream or turn to fly, the cold steel found its target underneath the morning sky. The sun is rising slowly over Willow Creek today. The red is washing softly in the ripples of the bay. The police will find the bodies when the morning buses arrive, and wonder how a little girl was all that could survive. She'll sit upon the ambulance and weep into her hands the perfect tragic mystery that no one understands.